Rich Dad Success Stories, real life success stories from real life people who followed the Rich Dad lessons. Other best selling books by Robert T. Kiyosaki and Sharon L. Lecter. Rich Dad Poor Dad. What the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not. Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant. Rich Dad's Guide to Financial Freedom. Rich Dad's Guide to Investing. What the rich invest in that the poor and middle class do not. Rich Dad's Rich Kid Smart Kid. Give your child a financial head start. Rich Dads Retire Young, Retire Rich. How to get rich quickly and stay rich forever. Rich Dads Prophecy. What the biggest stock market crash in history is still coming, and how you can prepare yourself and profit from it. Rich Dad's Success Stories. Real life success stories from real life people who followed the Rich Dad lessons. Copyright. This publication is designed to provide competent and reliable information regarding the subject matter covered. However, it is sought with the understanding that the author and publisher are not engaged in rendering legal, financial, or other professional advice. Laws and practice often vary from state to state, and if legal or other expert assistance is required, the service of a professional should be sought. The authors and publisher specially disclaim and liability that is incurred from the use of applications of the content of this book. Although based on a true story, certain events in the book have been fictionalized for educational content and impact. Copyright 2003 by Robert T. Kiyosaki and Sharon L. Lecter. All rights reserved. Published by Warner Books is associations with Cash Flow Technologies Inc. and PI Capital Inc. Cash flow and rich data are registered trademarks of Cash Flow Technologies Inc. Rich Dad Advisor is a trademark of Cash Flow Technologies Inc. Are trademarks of Cash Flow Technologies Inc. Warner Business books are published by Warner Books Inc. Hatchet Book Group, 237 Park Avenue, Newark, NY 10017. Visit our website at hatchetbooksgroup.com. The Warner Business Book logo is a trademark of Warner Books Inc. The Warner Books name and logo are trademarks of HT Book Group Inc. First ebook edition October 2003. ISBN 9780759508149. Contents copyright preface by Robert Kiyosaki. Introductions by Sharon Lecter. Part I. It's how you play the game. Chapter 1. Money Matters from E.D. and Terry Coleman. Chapter 2. You Mind Our Own Business from Tracy Retreat. Chapter 3. Never Too Late from Cecilia Morrison. Part double I, where you have been, where you can go. Chapter 4, building confidence one property at a time, from David Lucas. Chapter 5, a different education, from Valerie Al Colimore MD. Chapter 6, step up to the plate, from Reed J. Schweizer. Chapter 7, the root of all that is good, from Dan and Kanji. Part double I, theory I, a different focus. Chapter 8, better than winning the lottery, from Thomas G. Kotura. Chapter 9, a mutual decision, from Wade and Carol Yamamoto. Chapter 10, the power of theory, from Marcet Hall. Chapter 11, change of mind, from Ken Hobson. Part IB, never too young to achieve financial success. Chapter 12, never too early, from Al- Alison Kubala. Chapter 13, playing a warning game, from Jack Coleman. Chapter 14, you want to HELP, from David Hosey and Michael Slade. Part B, a new way to do business. Chapter 15, accounting for ourselves, from Tom Wellwright. Chapter 16, a new strategy, from Brain Eaglehart. Chapter 17, fast learner, from Michele Lebrosi, PMP. Chapter 18, no limits, from Terry Bowersock. Part BI, life-changing events. Chapter 19, greener pastures, from Stacy Baker. Chapter 20, a winning strategy, from Unj Sekshin. Chapter 21, on the EDG from retirement, from Ronald Holt. Chapter 22, second chance, from Mitchell Merritt-Jen. Robert Kiyosaki, Sharon Lechar. Robert Kiyosaki's Edumedical and Educational. Preface by Robert Kiyosaki. I love Rich Dad success stories for the following reasons. These people took action and achieved successful result. A few weeks ago, I was on a local television show in Phoenix, Arizona, where Kim and I live. The host was interviewing a reader of Rich Dad Poor Dad and Me. The reader said that she had liked the book but felt it was a waste of time to read. Her complaint to me and thousands of TV viewers was the book did not tell me what to do next. I did not respond because my blood was boiling. Rather than say anything, I faked a smile and silently nodded. So, what should she do? Ask, ask the TV host. Find another book that will tell her what to do, was my feeble reply. One of my pet peeves is people who only do things they are told to do. Ever since I was a little kid in school, I noticed that there were classmates of mine who did very well in school simply by doing what the teacher told them to do. Often they were called the teacher's pet. On the other hand, I often did things I was not told to do or told not to do, and that got me in trouble. So early in my life, I realized that I was a person that hated to be told what to do, which is why I do my best to not tell people what to do in my books. Bookstores and libraries are filled with how to books for people who love to be told how to do something. Such books are just for them. Rich dad books are not how to books, they are books dedicated to passing on my rich dad's financial wisdom and guidance. They are stories about my own path of trial and error, utilizing rich dad's wisdom and turning my errors and experiences into my own personal lessons. Never do I expect anyone to follow my path. Simply share my lessons, learn it along the way, and encourage others to find their own. Path is that books are writing for the purpose of expanding the writer's possibilities in life rather than becoming a specific recipe book on how to get rich. Years ago, my rich dad explained to me that there were millions of ways to get rich. It was my job to find the way that best fit me. So rather than get rich following my rich dad's footsteps, using his recipe for success, I took his guidance and wisdom and found the path that worked best for me, and that is what this book is filled with. This book is filled with success stories of people who took rich dad's wisdom and then found their own path or to financial success. They are not people sitting around waiting for someone to tell them what to do next. There are millions of people today working at dead end jobs, working hard, putting money into investment that lose money, many realizing that they may never to able to retire, yet waiting for someone to take them by the hand and show them the way out of their financial trap. Hopefully, they will go to the bookstore to or library and find the how to book that can take them by the hand and show them their way out. The people in this book did not need how to book. Instead, they have writing their own how to story on how they found their own path to financial success. Their people did well financial while at the same time millions of people lost trillions of dollars. Rich Dad Poor Dad was first published in April of 1997. Some of you may recall that was the era of the dot-com bubble and mania. People who had never invested before were taking money out of the equity in their homes, their saving, and putting their hard-earned money into mutual funds, stock, and even IPS, financial public offering, generally an investment bicycle reserved only for the rich and financially sophi- sophisticated. While I was on promotional tours between 1997 and 2003, I often warned investors about the perils of the stock market and how risky mutual funds were. On several occasions, I was slammed by financial commentators for criticizing mutual funds and the stock market, and oh, on one program was even asked to leave several financial magazines and newspapers openly criticized my book and my rich dad's message. Several publications actually published lies and false statements about me in an attempt to discredit me and my rich dad message beginning in 2003. However, many of these same financial commentators had started acknowledging that the rich dad message has a great merit. Today, after millions of people have lost trillions of dollars, it is indeed a pleasure to read a book about people who did well financially during this extremely turbulent financial era. I am also certain there are many people, including those commentators, who wish they had followed my rich dad's advice rather than their financial planners' advice during this same time period. The rich dad's lessons and wisdom do work. I still I still hear people saying I am waiting for the market to come back. I also see financial advisor who gave bad advice before the market crash still handing out the same bad advice after the crash. They are still saying invest for the long term, diversify, buy and hold. They also continue to say the market goes up on average 9% per year. The sad thing is that there are still millions of investors who continue to heed that advice, even though there is overwhelming evidence that the advice did not work. How people can continue to follow bad advice or even worse get paid for handing out such bad financial advice is beyond me. This book is about some people who talk control and talk responsibility for their own financial education and their financial future. Rich dad often said the reason so many people do not do well financially is because they take financial advice from salespeople, not rich people. The reason I love this book, of these three main reasons I love this book, I a book about real life people becoming financially successful in the real world. The first one is the most important. It is because these people talk action. We indeed reach that part that our past book you take action and these people did. They talk risks, more importantly they talk responsibility for their own financial education and their financial future. They did not simply turn their money over to a large financial institution and hope and pray that the large financial institution had their best interest at heart, which is what million one of people are. still doing. You are heading into an era of great financial turmoil and uncertainty. The financial storms that lie ahead will test all of us, me included. The people in this book who share their stories are better prepared today to be able to handle the financial storms of tomorrow. Because they talk action, learned, gained experience and wisdom and succeed, they are better prepared for the future, and that is what I am most excited about. The future will be very bright for those that are preparing today. Unfortunately, the future may be very grim for those who are waiting waiting for the good day or the past to return to the future. Robert Kiyosaki.